Hey everybody, it's Frankie-Lou. I'm coming to you today from the greenhouse in the sky where I thought I'd do a quick November tour because we are going into full winter here in Golden. But as you can see, there's still lots of life happening in the greenhouse. Some of the stuff has started to come down, and I actually just took down this bed. I left it up a little longer than I wanted to because I was waiting for those scarlet runner beans to be ready, but they are. And I'm going to be replanting this up probably today with some brassicas and some perennial onions because I know that these things will do okay in a cooler environment. We're not freezing in here, but we haven't tweaked the system yet to achieve those good above 12, 13 degree temperatures to help those heat loving crops really thrive. So I'm going to focus on, for a little while here, just some cool weather crops. So I'm going to be doing in this bed brassicas, perennial onions. This bed will be coming down today. It's really hard to pull down plants when they still look like this, but it's mostly flowers in here at this point. The squash are all done. So this is going to be a garlic bed, and I'm hoping I can get a good garlic crop going in here with some orash, because that's another cool loving crop. If you don't know about orash, yeah, don't worry. I've got other videos about it, and also I can show you, I'll show you as it's coming along. And then this bed here, which was a brassica bed, this will mostly be a potatoes and greens bed as well. We're going to start with these three. Now I still have lots of other beds going. I'm really reluctant to take this bed that's on the south facing next to the windows down, even though it's not really producing as much anymore. There's still a lot of greenery, and this seems to be where my ladybugs and my other beneficial insects, like even the hoverflies, seem to be centered around here. And maintaining those populations to me of healthy beneficial insects that are going to help my plants thrive in the spring and through the winter is just as important as maintaining the plants. So I probably will leave this bed alone quite a bit, allow it to rot naturally, because my good critters are finding habitat and forage in there, and I'm just as excited about them doing well as I have been about the plants. Now, another thing, I've had a lot of questions about the use of the geothermal energy in here and how it's going, and it is going really well. We are pumping up air from down below, a few large pipes like this, but one of the things that we're super excited about, and we're getting fired up today, well, we've installed pipes right into these beds themselves. We've got those pipes installed in each of these beds. We're doing this with all of these beds. We've got pipes through all of the beds, but we haven't had to fire them up yet because we've had warm weather. But now that we're heading into winter, it is probably time to do that. I have seen this work. It worked with the solar roller, the educational greenhouse that I worked in last year, on a small scale. So now we've implemented it in a large scale. And what we're going to do is we're going to be pumping the geothermal energy through the beds, with the idea being if we can maintain a fairly warm soil temperature, it won't matter as much if the air temperature isn't as warm, particularly when we're installing mostly cool weather crops. We know that we're going to be able to keep it from freezing, but ideally we'd love to keep it above 6, 7, 8 degrees in here. And if we can get the thermal mass up in the beds themselves to a warmer temperature, that's going to keep everything warmer. We find that when the sun comes up, there's no problem keeping this place warm, but we want to build a thermal mass in here through the beds, warming up and keep the whole place warm by keeping the soil warm. Does that make sense? I also just know that from when I'm using heat mats with germination, the germination rate goes up so much more with all my seeds. We're not gonna make it hot, but we want to keep it warm. And that's one of our little experiments. We're really looking forward to seeing how it goes. So I'm just going to do a few more things throughout the day here, and as I go, if I see something you might be interested, I'll let you know.
Since it's snowing pretty heavily here, the snow keeps building up on the roof and crashing down throughout the day. I'm going to add some nutrients to this bed as I'm planting. First, I'm going to use this beautiful rabbit manure. I always have great success with this stuff. Next, I'm going to plant some seeds in this bed, focusing on greens, cold hardy crops, and some wonderful companion plants like marigolds. After planting, I'm putting down a nice thick layer of mulch that we made out of our own corn and sunflower stalks. This will help retain moisture and add organic material to our soil. Next, I'm going to add another layer of mulch, but this is made out of the materials that I pulled off the bed the day before. It was mostly bean stalks and vines at this point, which is great because that way it'll allow the nitrogen in that to break back down and go back into the soil. Next up, I have to prepare to pull down all these wonderful plants. It's hard to do, but necessary if I'm going to plant garlic here. I spent several hours working with Luna by my side. She loves it in here as much as I do, and we take every chance we can to grow together every day.